Hello everyone. So I'm Deepthi. Welcome to my new channel, SARVA SMART STARTERS. So the objective of implementing or creating this channel is to mentor students who are appearing for professional courses like CA, CMA, CS, and ACCA. Basically, my focus and I'm going to mentor students appearing for professional courses related to the subjects called law and audit. As you can see on the screen, today's video is entirely related to the CA Foundation New Syllabus 2024 and Paper-2 Business Law. Okay, so this is my simple and small intro. I hope everything goes well and so that I can deliver 100% quality content to the students. Thank you so much. And let's get into the video and begin our detailed discussion related to the syllabus. Okay, so as this is a new scheme and entirely it's a new syllabus, I hope everyone will be having doubts and there will be certain no clarity contents and all, right? Comparatively, old syllabus and new syllabus. So I just want to give you a clear picture and we're going to discuss the weightage too. So that before you begin preparing for the subject, what are the things you have to consider? What is the weightage pattern? How many chapters are present? So what is the change what is the change happened between comparatively from old syllabus to new syllabus? If you get all this, if you get to know all these details, right, it will be very easy while you prepare your subject. So that is the entire motive of this video right now. And I hope this is very clear. So let's get into the video and understand the syllabus. As this is a CA Foundation New Syllabus 2024 and the Business Law paper, which is for 100 marks weightage. Previously, we used to have Business Law and BCR2, where they have just removed BCR and only Business Law is present right now. So entirely, the law content is for 100 marks, right? So as you can see here, this is subjective paper. Okay. Unlike your economics and aptitude, maths and quantitative aptitude, this law consists of it's a subjective paper. That means it's a theoretical paper, right? That in the sense like you have to be really perfect with presentation. Objective though, it's okay. Like you're gonna read, you're gonna detailedly understand each and every line. That is well and fine. But here, you can't deal in that way. The strategy should be entirely different. As this is a theoretical paper, your strategy should be like 70% you know the subject and 30% you have to concentrate on the presentation. Presentation really plays an important role. Even you know the subject, but you couldn't able to present it, that means you cannot able to impress your examiner. That is the reason why every day, while I'm coming up with the content to teach any important topic, I'll teach you certain presentation tips too. Okay, this really matters, and you'll thank me later after appearing your exam or after passing your CA foundation. You'll thank me that, ma'am, this was really helpful, Pulke. Okay, so this is entirely a theoretical subject. Okay, and here level 1, level 2 in the sense like level 1 consists of direct questions like what is contract, what are the essential elements of contract, for example, undue influence, features of a company. Directly they'll give you questions, like in the direct manner they'll give you questions, so no need to focus on the question, no need to understand it, just a direct question hai, so feel you can write it down. So the level 1 consists of direct questions, which is like 45 to 65%. And the level 2 consists of case study based questions. Case study based question means they'll give you a case study for which you have to write the answer. Okay. I'll tell you the format also, how to appear, how to present your case study questions. So that will consist of 35 to 55%. Direct questions are 45 to 65% and case study based questions are 35 to 55%. So it will be between these percentages only. But we got to know, like there are two types of questions they can ask you, direct questions and case study based questions. Now let's get into the chapters. Acts. How many chapters do we have? Do we have any changes comparatively from old syllabus and new syllabus? And what is the weightage for every chapter? Very important. So first one is a new chapter which is added in your new syllabus. In old syllabus, we don't have this chapter. This is a new. So entirely the chapter itself is very new to you. Okay, even for the students who have appeared in their old syllabus, for them it is completely a new. And the weightage is around 6 marks. Students will raise a question saying that, ma'am, the weightage is only 6 marks. No, so why to read that chapter? We can skip, right? No, you can't skip that entire chapter. I'll tell you why. Okay, later we're going to discuss the paper pattern, right? Then I'll tell you why you can't skip that entire chapter. So the first chapter weightage is 6 marks, right? And second chapter, every student is aware of this chapter, which is Indian Contract Act 1872. So what happened in old syllabus? Of course, there were around like 5 to 6 chapters, but right now it is 9 chapters. I mean 9 units in this particular chapter. Few topics were added. Okay, like this guarantee, bailment, agency, trust. These all topics have been added in Indian Contract Act 1872. Okay, so if you have read those 6 chapters, that is well and fine. So what you have to do is additionally, you have to read more 3 chapters. That is what added in the second chapter, Indian Contract Act 1872. And what is a weightage? Of course, if you see the weightage, the first priority will be given to the Indian Contract Act based upon their weightage every time. Like since from my childhood also, since from my childhood also, like when I used to appear for CPT, then also we used to have more weightage for Indian Contract Act 1872. So our most priority was only this chapter. After reading this chapter only, we used to go for further chapters. So 32 marks is your weightage. So basically, you got an understanding that the first chapter which you have to begin with is Indian Contract Act 1872, right? And what about the Sale of Goods Act 1930? No changes at all. Maybe certain wordings have been changed in the definition or in the content. Certain wordings have been changed, but apart from that, no major changes. So no changes in Sale of Goods Act, and it consists of the weightage is around like 21 marks. Of course, this is also quite important chapter for every student. 21 marks means it's not a simple thing, right? So what we have to do is we have to read it combinedly. Indian Contract Act and Sale of Goods Act. Think it as if it is a one chapter and read it. Okay. So then we can fetch good number of marks. So your first priority will be Indian Contract Act and Sale of Goods Act because both consist of certain similar content. So it will be very easy for the students to read it simultaneously. And let's come to the fourth chapter, Indian Partnership Act 1932. In old syllabus also, we do have this chapter. There are no major changes. And of course, the weightage is also really very good, 20 marks. After reading Sale of Goods Act, your next priority will be Indian Partnership Act. Done? And your fifth chapter, LLP Act 2008. No major changes, ma'am, but here few provisions have been amended. So basically, we have to concentrate on that amended provisions because every time ICAI come up with questions where amendments have been added. That is the reason why most of the time we'll try to concentrate on the amendments also. Of course, weightage is very less, 6 marks. One question can be asked, right? But we cannot skip that. I'll tell you in the paper pattern why you can't skip that. Next major weighted chapter is Companies Act 2013. Very easy. Like every lame student can understand about this act, Companies Act 2013, because you have good, what I can say, good awareness about this chapter already in your intermediate first year and second year. So every student will relate to that. And there are no major changes. No major changes in this new syllabus. And the weightage is also really very good, 21 marks. Okay. So 21 marks easily you can acquire if you are very good at this Companies Act 2013. Why? Because very simple provisions have been given here. Intro level provisions have been given here. Basically, intro, first two, 3 or 4 chapters have been given. That's it. No in-depth, the Companies Act 2013 you have to read. Very basic level, intro level. So you can score 21 marks out of this. Of course, this is major important chapter. And last one is Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. This is one of the new chapter which is added. Previously, we used to have only these 5 chapters, but in new syllabus, they have added 1 and 7 chapters. Indian Regulatory Framework is the one chapter which is added, and last one, Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 is the second chapter which is added. And of course, this is entirely new chapter, and weightage is 14 marks. Of course, we have to concentrate on this chapter much because 14 marks is really a good number, right? So this is entirely about your syllabus. Okay. So basically you got an understanding, right, about your syllabus. And if you are a student who has given an attempt in old syllabus regime, if you like right now, it is mandatory for you to shift to the new syllabus regime, right? So in that case, no need to worry anything about that. Everything is one and the same, but there are certain topics which have been added. Just concentrate on that. Okay. So that is what it is needed. And of course, we know about the passing criteria, right? At least passing criteria is like 40% in every subject. 40% of marks you have to score in every subject. That is a passing criteria, but you have to concentrate on aggregate also 50%. 50% is your aggregate. And most important, like for theoretical papers, which subjective papers, ICAI has given you 15 minutes extra time so that it will be helpful for question paper reading. So this is a great initiative, Ma. It will be really helpful for you. Okay, these 15 minutes are like crucial, very, very, very much crucial. You don't understand that, but when you try to do that, what I can say you, when you try to attempt test series and all, right, in your colleges or institutions, then you will get to know how important this 15 minutes is like. 15 minutes reading the question paper and analyzing the answers right away. Those, after that, those 3 hours are like, it will fetch you good results actually. So 15 minutes is a good criteria, basically. Try to concentrate on that. Yeah. And yes, let's come to the paper pattern. So your paper pattern is like the whole subject is about 100 marks. And you will be given how many questions here? 6 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. So out of 6 questions, first question is compulsory, right? So you can't skip first question, that is compulsory. And each question consists of 20 marks, right? 26, 20 into 6, it is entirely 120 marks. Okay, one is optional, right? But first question is compulsory, and out of this 5 questions, you have to choose any 4. Choose any 4 questions. 4 plus 1, 5. 520 is 100 marks. Okay, so this is a paper pattern exactly. So let's see in every question from which chapter a question can be asked. As you can see, question 1 is compulsory. You can't skip this, right? This is compulsory. Here it consists of 1A, 1B, 1C, sub-questions. So 1A is from Indian Contract Act 1872, which is for 7 marks. It will be case study based question. Companies Act 2013, 7 marks, case study based question. Indian Partnership, 6 marks, theory question. Okay. So if you know this percentages, if you know this criteria, it will be really easy for you to attempt the paper. Like it will be not a kind of surprise for you. You know everything. Like first question, it is a case study based. I'll read the case study and I'll analyze the answer. The next question, Companies Act 2013, case study based question. Read the question, analyze the answer. Just remember the provisions. And later Indian Partnership Act 1932, theory based question. Okay, so in this way, please try to analyze the question. So first question is compulsory, you can't skip. That means you can't skip Indian Contract Act, Companies Act, Indian Partnership Act. 3 are major topics for us, right? So now question number 2. In question number 2, 2A, 2B, 2C, Sale of Goods Act. Of course, we are going to study Sale of Goods Act because of the weightage case study based question, which is for 7 marks. Companies Act 2013, 7 marks, theory. And LLP, okay, you had an option, right? You thought of skipping LLP, but if you skip LLP, you can't able to write this question, right? That is what I'm saying. You can't skip any chapter because of this criteria here. The sub questions which have been given, if you, let's say, for example, you don't want to read LLP or you want to skip LLP, that means question number 2 is cancelled. Am I correct? So let's come to the question number 3. Question number 3 consists of 3 questions again, right? Indian Partnership Act. Okay, you have read Indian Partnership Act. You went through that case study. Companies Act. Okay, that is also a major topic. We have read Companies Act also case study. Indian Contract Act is also important. You have read that. That is also major theory. So basically, if my analysis is correct, you will be attempting question 3 for sure, right? Let's come to question number 4. Question number 4 consists of 3 questions. Indian Contract Act. Chalo, we read Indian Contract Act. Negotiable Instruments Act. Theory. 14 marks. We can't skip that, right? And Indian Regulatory Framework. Here, exactly. We feel difficult. Why? Because you want to skip Indian Regulatory Framework. That means question number 4 is cancelled. Am I correct? Question number 5 consists of 3 questions. Sale of Goods Act, you'll read. Indian Partnership Act also, you'll read. Indian Contract Act also, you'll read. So, question number 5, yes. Question number 3 is yes. Question number 5 is yes. What about question number 6? Same 3 questions again. Negotiable Instruments Act, 7. Indian Contract Act, Sale of Goods Act. So, you'll be appearing this question also. So, what about the one question, from where you're going to choose? Either from question 2 or either from question 4. Either from question 2 or either from question 2 or either from question 4. So from these 2 questions, one question you have to choose. But you are not familiar with LLP or you are not familiar with Indian Regulatory Framework. So you got my suggestion? At least read one chapter. At least be thorough with Indian Regulatory Framework or at least thorough with LLP. But then also there is a problem. What happens is like maybe you are thorough with the LLP, but the question which is asked from the Sale of Goods Act, which is case study based question, you couldn't able to analyze the provision. So in that case, even though you know these 2 questions, but what about the Sale of Goods Act? You left that Sale of Goods Act, right? That is the reason why I'm telling you that every chapter is quite important for us. We can't skip any chapter. Okay, even though Sale of Goods Act, you have already read it properly, but case study will be kind of tricky. In that case, we'll think to skip that question. If you skip that question, you don't have an option to appear all the 3 questions, no? Right? That is the reason why don't skip any chapter. Please be familiar with each and every topic so that we can score 60 plus in this particular subject, paper 2 business law. Done? So that's it. This is my detailed discussion of the syllabus. I hope this is really helpful and we'll meet again in another video. The next video will be entirely related to the strategy, planning, tips, and etc. Okay, so if you have any queries, you can please talk to me and you can just comment or you can just give me a message to the email ID which I have disclosed in the description. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.